and went to Geneva schools through 8th grade. Much impressed me, especially the teachers, school spirit, and college acceptance rate. Then I saw William Pressburg Elementary's $10,000 terrazzo marble logo. The parochial school where I teach waited until its 75th anniversary last year for its logo. It was tile and cost $2,000. Nevertheless, for 3/4 of a century, we somehow educated our students well enough to get them ready for college. Then I heard Geneva administrators pushing for $1 million artificial turf athletic field and a GHS Performing Arts Center to rival the Norris Center. The much-touted tradition of excellence was inexorably turning into the tradition of extravagance. Imagine my relief, therefore, when all 4 newly elected school board candidates, a majority of the board, stated in public debates that due to the economic downturn, it would make sense to hold the line on spending. It will be interesting to see how those candidates vote on the proposed budget increase. If it passes, I can only surmise that the incumbent minority board members have clout beyond my wildest imagination. In the current Geneva School News, Mary Stiff explains the board does not get involved with the district's day-to-day operations, but instead watches from the balcony above the dance floor. In his column, Dr. Muchler writes, quote, "Our goals are to continue to improve in our service to students and to celebrate a year of many successes in education," unquote. He's right. It was a year of celebrations. Due to pressure from a Freedom of Information Act request, the district's website posted credit card charges made by 111 cards issued to school personnel, including a December staff party at Francesca's for $787. Hundreds of dollars spent at honey-baked ham. Boy, talk about your pork spending. A $324 lunch for staff January 2nd at the Olive Garden. A holiday reception costing $1,800 at the Millrace Inn for administrators and board. Over just 1 year, hundreds of charges like these add up to tens of thousands of dollars. As a point of comparison, the Huntley School District dispenses only 15 credit cards with strict instructions to use only in emergencies. Geneva credit card charges are sanctioned by department heads, principals, the assistant superintendent for business, and ultimately the board. I would be embarrassed to ask taxpayers to pay for an $11 breakfast at Apple Villa, or a $47 tab at the Little Owl, or $50 worth of popcorn at Colonel Fabian's on Valentine's Day. But apparently the assistant superintendent of business, Donna Obert, believes these charges improve the service to students, because in the Chronicle last Thursday, she defended the budget increase, saying, quote, "We have cut all the fat out of the budget," unquote. If whoever "we" is really believes that, then we don't know lard from olive oil. Apparently the board also believes these charges improve the service to students, because at the last meeting, only one board member, Mark Grosso, seriously questioned budget expenditures. His one attempt to pare away fat was successfully squelched by a point of parliamentary procedure. No one mentioned the credit card expenditures. This may sound radical, but wouldn't it truly improve service to our students if instead of district personnel charging bagels and buffets, they use that money to hire a new teacher or two? After all, according to the 2008 Illinois State Report Card, Geneva High School averages more students per classroom, 26, than both Batavia and St. Charles, 23 and 21 respectively. Time after time while sitting in board meetings, I hear administrators and members of the board proudly announce it's all about the students. No, it's not. Disingenuous rhetoric will no longer hide the fact that it's too often about anything but the students. In relation to the overall budget, these thousands spent on pizza and Christmas time purchases at the Little Traveler may seem like small change. However, it is indicative of a culture of excess that permeates the district's spending habits in nearly every arena. If the board really wants to improve service to students, it's time to stop watching from the balcony. It's time to come down to the dance. It's time to stop the administration from stepping on your toes. It's time you started to lead. Thank you.